Okay, so we are going to finish up this part, which is the Avengers Assemble level of the New York fight at the end of at the end of the Avengers movie. We still have Daisy and we still have Iron Yankee as our two characters here. So, you know, with Iron Yankee, you've got a pretty flexible skill set. But we're going to have to change out Daisy for a different created character. We're going to bring back Dire Aim for the second time in order to get the final telekinetic block there and to have only one mini kit left on the stage. Okay, but we're going to be bouncing around here for the purpose of making sure we didn't miss anything else. And since she's got her bow, and that makes her a pretty effective distance fighter, we'll be doing it with Dire Aim. So here we go. We pop up a bathtub, defeat the Chitauri guy inside, and then we can claim the Abomination character token, and that is the third character token that we needed for this stage. We picked up the America Chavez token in the story mode. Then we picked up the Detroit Steel character token earlier in this free play section. And now we've got Abomination. So we've got the red brick. We've got 9 of the 10 mini kits. And all 3 character tokens. So the thing that we're missing really is Stan Lee. We've not rescued Stan Lee on this section, I don't believe. Alright, so we've got some glowy stuff, which suggests that there's something there that needs to be detected, so we'll send in Spider-Man to do the detecting. There's a grapple point, so we'll let Spider-Man handle that. We'll destroy the sub-map, destroy some phone booths. And somewhere in that mess of stuff was Stan Lee. I guess maybe he was stuck under that car or stuck under something. But we just rescued him, and I'm not really sure how we did it, just because the shadows in this section are kind of dark. So I'm not exactly sure what happened down there. But now we only have 1 mini kit left, and I will spare you the drama and tell you right now that that mini kit is something we missed earlier. And when we go back and find it, I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to tell you how exactly to explain it. But we're going to go ahead and finish up the level here. So we'll use the Silver Centurion to break through this wall. Get the X prompt. Okay. And there we go. There's now a handle up there for a athletic character. So we're going to send Hawkeye. And then what we need to do, of course, is to mess up these Chitauri chariot pieces to make a rocket to destroy the truck at the end of the stage. Alright, so we've got Hawkeye and we still have the Iron Yankee. Like, guess, has sort of a Super Dave flair about him, if you remember Super Dave at all. Okay, we need to destroy some more stuff. I don't think that taxi is part of it, but a few bonus studs aren't going to kill anybody. All right, and this is the point where I realized that there's nothing else for me to find on this stage. But we're so close to the end, I'm just going to go ahead and finish it off anyway. You can get a little bit more Iron Yankee action going on here. Because I think it's so cool that the way that he has Captain America's fighting style, but he has all of Iron Man's weapons and abilities. Okay, now I'm just doing a little bit of scouting, looking around, making sure there's nothing I've missed. Because as soon as I set off this rocket, this level ends, basically. So we're going to destroy some rubble here. And, of course, Hawkeye can't do anything with the rocket. So we're going to send in another created character, the Iron Bulldog, to bring this level home. All right, and so there's Bruce. And then we have the QuickTime event that finishes this off. And yeah, some QuickTime event to turn him into the Hulk, followed by a QuickTime event to punch the alien whale battleship kind of thingy. And of course, take selfies. We need somebody who can fly up and blow some stuff off of the thing, although I'm immediately switched to the Mark 6 Iron Man. So that tells me that that's programmed in. You can't do anything about that. And so that destroys the creature. And we're back to the end of the level. And we can see all the damage we've done, and yet somehow we're still short. A side note, we're back over 1 million studs. Now, if you've been watching the stud count over the course of the Freeplay playthrough, what's happening is that I'm buying the red bricks off screen. I'm not activating them, but I am buying them. And so the stud count is fluctuating based on how much each red brick costs.
I think this cement stand the man as the king of cameos.
So we're just one short. All right, and it turns out that the thing that we missed is not in part 1 at all. It's actually in part 2. So that kind of surprised me, but I went ahead and grabbed, after looking at some of these characters, went ahead and grabbed the Iron Yankee, since he seemed to be pretty useful. And I was given, I think, one of my own created characters as my backup. I think I was given Dire Aim, but, we'll find out in about, a couple seconds, because I'm going to cut away from all this stuff. We don't need to replay all this stuff again. Yep, there's Dire Aim. And again, there's Iron Yankee demonstrating that he can indeed destroy silver objects. He does it just a little bit differently than, you have to, I think, quick press the B button for him to fire his missiles. Otherwise, his default is to, fire the laser. All right, so we're going to run down here, check on a couple of things. First off, we're going to check on these fire hydrants, which I thought we dealt with, but I'm going to, play it safe and deal with them again. And this police car, which we might also have dealt with. But again, I'm going to play it safe and see what fixing it does here. If I jump in it, it doesn't appear. It doesn't appear that anything changes. I mean, there's no studs to follow, no path. So, I'd have to go back and look at the earlier Freeplay section to see if we'd actually did anything with the police car value. But, we're going to double check those fire hydrants, so we got to come through this part of the level, which means we're going to need somebody who can sense what to do about this rubble. And if you've gotten the opinion that I really like Spider-Man, I think that you're probably in the right place. Okay, so we activate this cutscene again. I'm not so much interested in rescuing the people this time as I am getting to that fire hydrant that's back there. So we're going to fight some Chitauri here briefly, and then we're really going to try to get over this fire. Not through the fire like we've done previously, although it sort of looked like that's what we did here, but I'm going to jump over the massive fire. Now that is going to leave Spider-Man on the other side. And for some reason my laser is aimed towards something that's not that Chitauri guy that I'm trying to kill. So I only have one heart, so next time I get hit, I'm going to die. There we go. One of the comedic things I found, and this only happened later, with the Iron Yankee, is the Iron Yankee, on the outside, of course, it's the Iron Patriot suit with a few changes, like America Chavez's arms, the Captain America shield. But on the inside, the way that he gets Iron Man powers is from having Tony Stark's face. But in this version, the Iron Yankee's Tony Stark face is it's black in color, or brown in color. So essentially he's Black Iron Man. And not the Colonel Rhodes version of Black Iron Man. I'm talking about actual Black Iron Man. And the reason I found this funny is because a little bit after I did this, in the past few weeks, Marvel has introduced a new Iron Man who is an African-American female. So you could say with Iron Yankee, I was close to where Iron Man was going in the future. Just not quite there. And of course, the new female Iron Man does not have Captain America's shield. Alright, so now I'm scouting around looking for things that I might have missed, because we blew up the third fire hydrant and it did nothing for us. We drove the police car and it really didn't do anything for us. I think that was where we picked up Detroit Steel's character token. So we're going to fight some Chitauri and blow up another taxi. Not sure I'm not just blowing stuff up out of frustration at the moment here. Okay, there's a guy sitting on a car over there. I think I might go kill him too. Blow this car up with a laser. And see, interestingly enough, when I blew that car up with the laser, the last mini kit just appeared on the street. Now, I don't notice it. In fact, I'm not going to notice it for the next 2 minutes. But you can see it if you go back and watch that scene again or pause it. You can see that it pops up. In fact, when I switch to Spider-Man here in a second and start just, again, scouting around looking for stuff, you can see it down there on the ground. Okay, and again, the only person who can destroy this chariot is the Black Widow, but you don't really need to do that to the advanced level. And I always find the idea of spider lines, fascinating, because it doesn't appear that they're connected to anything. At least in Lego Marvel Superheroes, when Spider-Man was jumping around from building to building or whatnot, there were parts and places where Spider-Man could not create spider lines, like at the top of roofs, to suggest some reality to it. In Lego Marvel Avengers, they go with the whole fantasy element to the core there. You can just create those anywhere. You can create them on top of the SHIELD helicarrier, which makes no sense at all. Now I'm going to bash this guy's head in for the third time in this playthrough. Because again, although we've seen the camera sweep and we've seen that mini kit, I haven't seen it yet. I'm about to walk into it. There it is. I guess I just had to destroy the right color of cars and destroy the right number. I don't know.